Hello friends and welcome. My name is Dr. Heather Carden and I am super excited and honored to be here today to help be your host, to help answer questions you have about all things ketones and ketosis. So as you're joining, let us know where you're joining from, where you're watching from. If you're actually catching this on replay, post replay down below. If you're also mixing, shaking up, or opening up a ketone or maybe a keto kick, let us know what flavor you're drinking up today. Again, we'd love to know what city, what state, what continent you're watching from. I'm going to share a couple minutes about myself as our friends are getting notifications about this live. We do this live each and every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. You don't have to be a Prove It customer to actually watch this or share this with your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. So again, my name is Dr. Heather Carden. I'm coming to you live from Overland Park, Kansas. I'm the co-owner of Carden Center for Wellness, where I practiced 25 years as a functional medicine practitioner. I've been with Prove It since July of 2015. So since we launched our very first flavor, and before we even had the website, before we had our Facebook page, I've been shaking up and drinking exogenous ketones since Prove It launched their very first product. So I'm super blessed to be here with you 7+ years later, educating and teaching about our amazing products that we have, our supportive products that we have, our amazing 24-hour program, our reboot program, our 10-day challenge program. But we always want to stick to the basics. What are exogenous ketones? How can they help you optimize your life? What are they and what are they not? Since I opened my doors 25+ years ago, even when I was in school, I was actually studying the ketogenic diet, a low-carb lifestyle. We know the ketogenic diet's been studied for well over 100+ years. The science and research is out there to validate what ketones do in our body. So we know based on third-party research what ketones do. Our people have been putting their bodies in a ketogenic state since we were newborn babies. People have been actually going in and out of ketosis because our body has two fuel sources. And that hasn't changed since man's time. We either have glucose or we have ketones. So if you're living on the standard global diet, consuming starches, carbs, grains, fruits, vegetables, things like that, proteins, your body's actually using glucose as a fuel source. Now, if you're on a ketogenic diet or a diet that's high in fats, maybe 70+%, moderate proteins, and low in carbohydrates, mostly from above ground greens and nuts and vegetables, a few vegetables, actually mostly above ground greens and vegetables, then we're actually going to have you being a low carb consumer, a high fat. Your body's going to take those fats, break them down into ketones. Or when you're consuming low carb, then your body actually will tap into your stored fat. Your body's very, very intuitive and says, hey, I know where there's energy stored in case I run out because you didn't consume enough in that day, or maybe you're in a negative calorie deficit, or you're an endurance runner, endurance athlete. Your body is so smart and says there's days that I've overconsumed calories, overconsumed fat or carbohydrates. I've stored them in the form of fat. Now your body can actually break those down into ketone bodies and use them for energy. That's why it's a far sufficient energy fuel source when you actually eat fat versus carbohydrates. When you break them down, your body gives you two forms of gas molecules called ATP. When you eat a carbohydrate, when you eat a fat like a nut, a seed, olive, avocado, it actually breaks down to 3 ATP. So it makes it a far more efficient fuel source, and it also delivers more oxygen per molecule to the cell. Now, I'm not going to get too sciencey on you. I want to get right down to your questions. So we know prior, when I've been talking about the diet, you had to actually increase your fats, lower your carbohydrates, eat moderate amounts of protein based on what your body's recommendations were, based on your age, your body's performance, your metabolism. A lot of factors come into play. And again, the diet is amazing. Better cognition, better memory, better digestion, better skin, better sleep. So many things are amazing when your body's burning on ketones, which means you're in a state of ketosis, burning fat for fuel. Now, since 2015, and why I'm so excited and millions of people around the world are so excited, is that now you can put your calculator away, you can put your counter that you weigh your food on, you can put that away, your scale away. You can simply start listening to your body. You can have a vegan, vegetarian, low carb, paleo, keto diet, whichever diet that you choose. Now you can simply shake up whatever flavor of ketones you choose. It's called Keto Nat. Nat stands for natural. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, this ultra kosher certified. They are natural, water soluble, so your body does not store them. Your body uses what it needs, puts you in a state of ketosis in less than 59 59 minutes, and you get all those amazing energy, better cognition, better recall, better thinking, clear thinking, better moods, craving control, better digestion, better skin, better moods, better sleep. Mix it with 12 to 16 ounces of water. Your body's in ketosis in less than 59 minutes. That's what's so exciting. You don't have to measure out your food and do the true ketogenic diet. Now here at Prove It, we still want you eating clean. We do not recommend that you eat food colorings and food additives, but you can choose any lifestyle that you want. So let's get down to your questions. We always offer the opportunity for our people who follow us on social media, whether it's Instagram or whether it's Facebook, you can actually post your questions the day before. So we did have a couple of people post some questions before, and I want to get to those questions as well. So, and I'm going to actually refresh my computer over here because I try to get as many questions answered as possible. And I can generally, because questions are lengthy, I can get questions actually followed here a little bit better. So let's go down here. So the first question that came in was about hair loss. Do ketones cause hair loss? The answer is actually no. They can actually help hair loss because we know that hair is made from protein, it's made from collagen, also some forms of B vitamins like biotin and B12. And we look at ketones, you're going to see that there are some different forms of B vitamins within our ketones, so they do not cause hair loss. There actually is no protein in here, but ketones themselves do not cause hair loss. But when you look at our keto cream and you look at especially our better broth, and our Keto Pro, I pulled those out because I saw that question ahead of time. Our better broth has type 2 collagen, hyaluronic acid, and ketone-friendly protein. Those will actually help increase the quality of your hair. It'll actually increase the growth of your hair. And the Keto Pro is called Keto Pro because the Pro means additional friendly ketone proteins. So additional proteins will actually help facilitate better hair growth. And then our Keto Cream has 4 different types of collagen and additional MCT. So the collagen will also increase hair and nail growth and quality of it. So it'll increase the follicle, the strength of the hair, and your skin integrity as well. So you'll also see those also have B vitamins as well too. So B vitamins, folate, collagen, and protein all increase that. So the collagen in the Keto Cream and the B vitamins, the protein in the Keto Pro, and then you're going to get protein, type 2 collagen, and hyaluronic acid all in the better broth can all increase hair growth and hair quality and strength. Great question there. So Lori's asking, she's pregnant, she does take seizure medication, and she is taking, or can she take ketones? So when you do have a health condition, we always encourage you to actually check with your healthcare provider because they know your health condition far superior to anybody else. They've been with you on your health journeys from day to day. So please check with your healthcare provider when you have anything that's significant about your healthcare condition. Know that our ketones are water soluble, and that's very important to know because when something's water soluble, just like drinking water, it simply means when you drink it, your cells take up what it needs and uses it, and then it simply excretes out what it doesn't need. It's never stored. Something that's stored is like something fat soluble, like the vitamin A, E, D, and K. Fat-soluble vitamins get stored. Water-soluble things like ketones, water, vitamin C, B vitamins, those things actually just get used up what your body needs and it excretes out what it doesn't need. Oftentimes when there's a danger of something getting stored, that's when we get concerned. But since they're not stored, your body uses what it needs, it excretes out what it doesn't need, then there's not generally a concern. But always check with your healthcare provider first. So the question is, what if I get a little more protein in a day? Will it affect my macros? So everyone's macros are different. Everyone's day-to-day requirements are different. So we're not here to actually teach or guide you along your macros. That's for you to select. Choose a lifestyle that works best for you because there are people who are here to cut some fat or weight. There are people here to increase lean muscle mass. But ketones are an energy source. They're not a weight loss product. They're an energy source, and we talked about the proteins, we're talking about hair quality, so there's some really amazing additional benefits that come along with our support products. And our Keto Pro, our bone broth, our Mitoplex, those are all support products to our amazing energy that we have, which is ketones. Remember, our body has 2 energy sources, glucose or ketones. Ketones are a native energy source for our body. I'm going to jump over here to my computer. And so when we use the proteins, I'll answer a little more. So we have the proteins in our Better Broth, our Keto Pro. I have found in my 25 plus years, which is treating thousands of patients and looking thousands of lab work, that most people are not getting enough protein and enough clean protein. We're finding them covered with breading and dipping them in sauces that are generally sugary, like ketchups or barbecue sauces, teriyaki sauces. So generally find that most children and adults are not getting enough clean protein. So I love that we've added the additional protein, very high quality of protein that you honestly don't find in your normal day-to-day diet. So it's a very clean protein. It's ketone friendly protein, which means it's going to amplify your experience, is going to help better your body at the cellular level and really help the cells stay nice, healthy, and strong. So that's why I love doing my Keto Pro right before bedtime. Some people like it pre and post workout. It's really up to you. There's no wrong time to drink the Keto Pro. Sometimes I'll do the better broth in the morning. You can also put in some extra protein if you want. You can put in some egg drop or make this like an egg drop soup if you want to, or you can put some chicken or some shrimp or some whitefish or whatever you like to. You can add additional protein to the better broth if you want. If you're already a customer of Prove It, you know you've been invited to our amazing lifestyle page where we share thousands of recipes over the last several years, so you get a good idea how you can actually amplify our products. But yes, the proteins are there to complement the ketones to amplify your experience of being better. I love that people are tagging their friends or letting us know where you come from, where you're watching from. Yes, this is absolutely meant to be shared. So, Daniel Strong says, what happens if you reach a plateau on weight loss? What do you do to jumpstart it? So this is a great question because we know Prove It, our ketones are not a weight loss product. However, you're going to see thousands and thousands of experiences of people saying, all of a sudden, I took it for better energy, and now I stopped craving my soda. I stopped craving my ice cream. I've stopped craving the candy bar, my afternoon sweets. I have better energy. I forgot to go for my sugary drink. Because when your body's on a better energy source, and ketones will give you energy for 4 to 6 hours, where a cookie or a strawberry or any carbohydrate only gives you energy for 30 minutes. It uses insulin, your energy drops, and now you're wanting something else to eat. So when you get your body in ketosis, that state where it's burning fat for fuel, where you're having that sustained energy for 4 to 6 hours, cravings for sugar and things go away. It balances out your hunger hormones. When that happens, your body's in a better balance state. Your insulin, your cortisol, your ghrelin, your leptin, your other hormones, your hunger hormones balance out. Cravings start to dampen, you start to balance out, which means you're ultimately going to eat less. When you have better energy, you're going to start moving your body better. They're also thermogenic, which means it's going to increase your metabolism. As we age, our metabolism does start to slow down. We are sitting more as a population, so if you feel better, you're going to move better. You're going to get out and exercise more. Go for a walk, go for a bike ride, play with your neighbors, play with your kiddos, play with your grandkiddos, go for a walk with your friends. More energy equals more movement. More energy equals less cravings, equals less overall sugary calories and better food choices. And then when you follow our coaches as we share about intermittent fasting, we share about doing our 24-hour fast. And when you drink ketones, it does protect your lean muscle mass. So when your body needs energy, as we talked about early on in the video today, it taps into that stored fat and you get into true ketosis. When your body's using your endogenous, the inside, your body makes endogenous ketones and burns that stored fat. Especially with our 60-hour reboot program, you're going to see magical things happen within inside your body, which is called autophagy. When your body goes on a holiday from food, when you're not consuming food after maybe 24 hours, what happens is you increase your natural growth hormone and then your body says, hey, I'm taking vacation, I'm not digesting food, but I am getting amazing ketones, I'm getting mitoplex, the minerals and nutrients that my body needs. Now I can actually go take care of those old cells that I don't need anymore and make room for new healthy cells. This is the anti-aging longevity part that happens because your body doesn't go and sit on a beach and just lay in front of the sun when it's not digesting food. It goes to work. It doesn't know how to take a break. It does take a break from digesting 13 to 14 meals a day. And yes, the average person eats 17 meals a day. Every time you consume calories, it's called eating a meal. But yes, the average person eats 17 times a day. When you're doing our keto reboot system, our 24-hour fast system, your body now will go after autophagy and clean up all those old cells that have way past matured past their time. They don't function well anymore. They hold on to old detox and stuff that we're exposed to and make room for new healthy cells and give your body more energy. So that will help break a stall or plateau and get moving more, create metabolic confusion. So Laura says, can you drink ketones along with collagen? We do have, so the answer is yes. You can drink them along with collagen. I, however, choose to drink my collagen separately. I like my collagen or my keto cream. I like to have it with coffee. I like to make it maybe in a smoothie with some coconut milk or hemp milk. I've even put it in chia pudding. So I like to have it separate, but yes, you can drink it together if you want. But I think I get a better bang for my buck. I found that my ketone level gets higher when I drink my ketones by themselves. And I've done a lot of testing, a lot of biohacking. I've worn a glucose meter for about 3 to 4 weeks at a time. I've really found when I do ketones with water, my ketone level gets higher. The more I move with ketones, get out, move, garden, do things like that, my regular exercise, the more movement I get in throughout the day, not just sitting around at my office, the more I move, and I just drink ketones with a 12 to 16 ounces of water, drink them in 30 minutes. So I flood my body with ketones. I do my intermittent fasting. The higher my ketone level which means the more efficient my body works. Now, when I start combining them, and I love my ketones, but if I start combining them and putting the keto cream with my ketones, I don't find my ketone level reaches as higher. That's not true for everyone because everyone's body's different. I do drink my keto cream, which has my 4 different types of collagen in it with every day. I drink this. I do drink this every day. I do drink this every day, and sometimes I drink the broth. So it just depends on kind of what the mood is for my body. So how do you jumpstart the 24 faster reboot? So if you're brand new to Prove It and you've never done any type of fasting, we're going to suggest that you start with daily fasting and see where you are. So write down what you're eating. If right now you wake up and you drink a keto nap, first we want you having water first because we lose a pint of water at night while we're sleeping. Drink water, nap next, and then when you get hungry, have a proper meal. Some protein, some above ground greens, some healthy fats. See what that timing is. Maybe that be 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock for you. Maybe you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and that may be 9 o'clock for you. Maybe you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, that could be 10 or 11 o'clock for you. And then work backwards. Have your last meal 3 hours before your ideal bedtime. If that eating window is 10 hours for you, then the next couple of days work on making that 8 to 9 hours for you. Do that for a few days and drink your ketones to help control your energy dips and your craving times. And then if you do pretty well eating an 8-hour block, then the next week, try to do a 24-hour fast. And usually try to do that. I like brunch to brunch, or you can do 3 o'clock to 3 o'clock, because then you really go through the sleeping, which is kind of the hard part where you have some cravings. Just sleep through that, which is amazing because then the clock goes really fast. But if you wake up and you're like, gosh, I'm not feeling quite great at 18 hours, it's okay to break your fast, work up to it. We always say fasting is a muscle that you build. So don't just jump right into the 60-hour keto reboot. We have you do the reboot as a group. We have amazing coaches. We have the good, better, best program. So you start at maybe 18 to 24 hours, then do 36 to maybe 48 hours. And it's a muscle that you build on. We don't want you overstressing your body, but any type of fasting you can give your body is an amazing gift. So celebrate all the wins that you can, but let your body work up to it. And welcome. If you're just joining, let us know where you're joining from. Let us know what flavor you're drinking. Great question. Someone's asking about the sodium. So great question. We get this quite often. And then we have a hormone question. So you will see in the Keto Nat, there is about 900 milligrams of sodium. Ketones themselves are acidic. Ketones also have a mild diuretic effect, which is actually very positive for your body. It helps pulls excess water, excess toxins out of your body, also pulls out excess fluid that lays between your skin and your muscle and your fat layer. So having a mild diuretic effect is really important. So when we have this and you mix it with water, you're going to see that ketones are acidic. the sodium is in there to counteract the balance of the normal diuretic effect that happens, as well as the B vitamins, because when you have a natural diuretic effect, you're also losing important electrolytes like sodium, B vitamins, calcium. Those are naturally lost when you're sweating or again with a natural diuretic. So we have the ketone salt. This is called the ketone salt, the salt being sodium and a little bit of calcium. The ketone is this hand, and it's actually bound to a salt. Now, when you look at the Mexican ketone, you're going to see there's no sodium in there. Or if you look at the up, you're going to see there's no sodium in there. That's because we have a free cell-fermented ketone, and these are bioidentical to what our body makes. It's a ketone bound to a ketone. There's no sodium in there. So what happens is when you drink it, it goes right into the bloodstream and it goes right to your body, right to your brain, right to the cells, right to the energy that your body needs. With a ketone salt, when you drink it, you shake it up in a shaker bottle, and then you drink it. It does take a couple minutes for that to actually break apart and absorb it. You'll notice that when you shake it up, you don't have to keep shaking it up every time before you drink it. Once you shake it up, it breaks apart and it's in solution the entire time. You don't have to keep shaking it up, which is amazing. Other things that have artificial ingredients, you have to keep shaking it up. This is once it's dissolved, it's dissolved. But when it's a free cell ketone, there's no sodium in it. You're also going to find there's less sodium in the broth. There's less sodium in the Keto Pro because there is a little bit less of our beta hydroxybutyrate, which is one of the three ketone bodies our body makes. But beta hydroxybutyrate, our BHB, is the ketone body that is most abundant, that makes the most amount of energy in our body. And that's the ketone body that we here at Prove It use in all of our products, our amazing BHB, which is bioidentical to what our body makes. But there is a little bit less in the broth, so see less sodium there. There is less in the Keto Pro, so a little bit less sodium there too. It's 440 milligrams. The NAT has around 900. But again, a natural diuretic effect puts your body in ketosis in less than an hour. I've had some patients over the years that it actually takes 10 to 13 weeks to get in ketosis. We're saying less than an hour. It is that amazing and it's that strong. So it's incredible. So someone asked about hormones. Prove It ketones do not have any hormones in there. What we do know that ketones are an energy source. When we improve energy and communication, because it increases signaling. Energy and signaling is talking to the brain, the different glands of the brain, hypothalamus to the pituitary. The pituitary increases communication to the rest of the body because it has a lot of releasing hormones, to the thyroid, to the adrenals, to the gonads, to the kidneys. When you increase the signaling to and communication from the brain to the rest of the body, things actually start moving more efficiently. It's kind of like the blockage or the things that were stuck before start get unstuck. So the communication of the highways are much more efficient. Things start working like they should. So as you begin your journey with Prove It's ketones, you may see there's some changes with hormones. That may be normal. Some people say, I'm actually starting to sweat a little bit more. You see some increase in hot flashes. First, make sure you're not overdoing caffeine because that can happen. Too much caffeine can cause hot flashes. That's not hormone. That's too much caffeine. So if you love the keto cream, you're doing too much coffee, you're drinking your ketones, charge caffeine, that can cause too many hot flashes as well. However, there are no hormones in the Prove It products, but it does increase signaling from your brain to all of your organs. Increasing communication is really, really great because then we're getting better and truer communication to the rest of our body, more efficient communication. When we get delayed communication from our brain to the rest of our body, then we get imbalances that occur. So we're actually correcting the imbalances naturally with a higher fuel octane, a better source of octane, a better fuel source that's all natural to our body. You guys have awesome questions today. Oh, someone, hello to Portugal, hello to Canada. I have to say hello to the Midwest and Illinois, hello to Missouri. Alberta, Canada is drinking prickly pear. Who likes prickly pear? So Amber is asking someone with Meniere's disease. So again, if you have a significant health condition, then please check with your healthcare provider. Meniere's disease does have several different causes. So with Meniere's, I cannot give you any medical advice. I cannot contradict what your physician has told you to do or not to do. But with Meniere's disease, I always suggest that people do check their electrolyte imbalance, do make sure you're well hydrated, make sure you're eating plenty of protein. There's been some significant research the last couple of years about intermittent fasting and Meniere's disease having enough fat because our brains are 70% fat and Meniere's disease, but just check with your healthcare provider before using the Keto Keto Cream, the broth, or the Prove It Nat, and Meniere's disease. We do have a product that's called Neuro Kick. It's actually a neurotonic. Neuro means brain. It's called a Neuro Boost. You do not reconstitute this, which means you do not mix this with water. This is a 3-ounce shot, so you take it like it is. People love this. They say they feel like the lights get brighter, they can hear things more crisp, they can see things more crisp. They like taking this as a pre-workout or right before a presentation. People feel more articulate when they drink it. They say that either words slow down for them. If they have something like ADD or ADHD, they feel like they can hear things more clear or more crisp, or people recall things better. So if you've had Keto Kick, write down what flavor you like, whether it's the lemon lime or it's a strawberry kiwi. Let me know what flavor that you like that you've tried. This does only come with caffeine. You can find that in the store. It's 100 milligrams of caffeine. It's very specific amino acids that are important for your brain. That's why it's got a neuro name in it, neuro meaning brain. So that's our 1:30 bell, but I know I was a couple minutes late, but so we're going to continue on with a couple more questions here. Rosalie has a great question. Is it okay to change up your intermittent fasting? Absolutely yes. You want to change up your intermittent fasting. You want to cause metabolic confusion. That's why you want to do 24 fast once a week, the reboot once a month. You want to change up the times that you eat. You don't want to do 9 to 5 every single day. You want to actually listen to your body. Eat when hungry, stop when full. There's no way that you absolutely burn 2,000 calories every single day. You don't walk the same amount of steps every single day. You don't sleep the same amount of minutes every single day. You don't chew the same amount of bites every single day. So listen to your body. Eat when hungry. If it's 9:30 one day, 11 o'clock one day, the thing that you do not want to do, research have actually found, it's better to actually have your eating hours towards the morning time, so that 10 to 5 time, rather than doing 2 to 10, so 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. time. You want to make sure your last meal is a good 3 to 4 hours before your ideal bedtime. People find it really easy to wake up in the morning, have their keto cream and coffee, have your water, have your ketones. Next thing you know, it's 1 or 2 o'clock. They have their first meal and break their fast. Like, well, gosh, now I have 8 hours. I can eat till 10 p.m. We don't want you eating that late and then going to bed unless you work the graveyard shift, and that's a different rule. We're just talking about the normal person who works a regular, 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or 8 to 5, because we found that metabolically, when you move that up and you eat mid-morning and you eat early to late afternoon, then you can burn all those calories off in the evening, which is better for your digestive system, better for your lymphatic system, and better for your brain, because then everything can really calm down. So many people have trouble sleeping. That's why I love having the Keto Pro at night. There's a lot of scientific information about having your brain in a ketogenic state or in ketosis when you go to sleep, because that first 4 hours of sleep is so important for having your brain defragging, cleaning out things you're exposed to throughout the day. Your brain actually shrinks throughout the night when you're sleeping and creates space to actually get rid of all that stuff you're exposed to. And then it actually, as cortisol rises in the morning, it expands and fills back up your brain. Amazing things happen when you're asleep. It's your secret weapon to your overall health. So it's really good to have healthy, good fats throughout the day, omega-3, omega-6s. That's why I love the 143. I love the Keto Cream, and I love my Keto Pro bedtime. So, so Kayla's saying she's just starting the Keto Cream again. She's breastfeeding, so congratulations, Kayla, on your baby. Will it affect my breast milk and my baby? So, Kayla, what we do know is that breast milk is high in MCT. So I like to, again, check with your nurse practitioner or your midwife, check with your healthcare provider, whoever is advising you on your postnatal care. I love to have my mamas have the 143. I make sure their breast milk has 1/3 fat on it. So if they bring me a bottle, I make sure that after they've pumped, if I look at it pumped, it's 1/3 fat on their breast milk, because breast milk is very high in MCT. So I love them. It's high in MCT, which is medium chain triglyceride, which really means ketones, because your liver turns the MCT into ketones. That's why babies are in ketosis as long as they're breastfed. So I have them take 143. I love the collagen because that does help skin skin elasticity and stretch marks. So all those things are great. Again, babies are in ketosis. We do have a Nat Light, and this is not for infants, but we do have a Nat Light that is parent approved. So again, just check with your healthcare provider about ketones. We know babies are in ketosis at about 20 weeks in utero. The Charlie Foundation does have some information on pregnancy and people who experience seizures and exogenous ketones. They have that third-party clinical information. Pruvit has not funded any of that information, but again, check with your healthcare provider. I want to be as compliant as possible. We have not done that research out there. I can tell you what research is known that's there, but again, it's always good to have more fat in your breast milk because babies need MCT, and it's not trans hydrogenated fats. It's healthy, good omega-3, omega-6s, and we know that moms need to eat those healthy fats as well. Hello, Kimberly is drinking Heart Tart from New York. I know our time is just about out. So Karen's asking about sodium. Karen, we talked about sodium a little bit earlier in the day. And so when someone asks about the max amount of sodium, only if you're on a sodium restricted diet and you look for signs of sodium overload. Sometimes what happens if people are on a sodium restricted diet and they start our 10-day challenge and they start with Keto Nat, which does have sodium in it, and again, they've been on a sodium restricted diet, you may experience some swelling in your lower part of your legs or your hands. That's very normal. If your body is sodium deficient and maybe you've done some lab work and your sodium optimally should be 140 to 144, if it's below 140 on your lab that you've had done recently, your comprehensive metabolic panel, and your body actually has some Keto Nat, you start using some sea salt because you've heard the benefits of using sea salt. It's the most abundant, one of the most abundant minerals in your body, but you've been on a low sodium diet. You have some ketones and you notice some swelling in the lower part of your legs, your body's holding onto it because it needs it. It's like, I haven't had this in so long, I'm going to save this. And the problem is your feet are the furthest thing away from emptying it from your bladder, emptying it from your adrenals. So they're saying, I'm going to hold on to this. So just watch your body and say, you got to slow down. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. You can also experience some lower extremity swelling or some hand swelling or even abdominal swelling. If you're not drinking enough water, which is at least half your body's weight in water, make sure that your urine is a light color yellow. It's also another good indicator. And water, make sure you're not replacing water for sparkling water. Just real water is a good one to do. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And then maybe if you're doing the 10-day challenge and you're having some initial swelling, just reduce that down to 1 packet a day. Listen to your body and let your body acclimate to the ketones, then you can increase it. Just get back with your sponsor or your referrer and they can help you through that. We have amazing information on our Prove It TV. We have amazing information on our Help Center that your sponsor can help you locate that information. So if I know our time is up today. If I did not get your question answered, no fear. We have years and years of past Facebook Lives. Just simply pop up to the top, put in the search bar whatever topic we did not cover today, or again, get back with your sponsor, get back with your referrer, whoever helped you purchase your ketone products. They can help you find the answer that you're looking for. Again, we're here every single Wednesday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time to help you better understand all things Prove It. We're super excited to have you here. Thanks again for joining us, and you have an amazing day and keep on proving it. Remember, you can share this to your own Facebook page. You can share this through Messenger if you want. Whoever you think may want better energy, better health, better cognition, better memory, better skin, better digestion, better moods, that person may just want to hear this information too. Again, my name is Dr. Heather, coming to you live from Kansas City, Missouri, Overland Park, Kansas. You guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.